Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So last week we gained terror rifts in the game as part of the most recent patch update. So we're going to take a look at the gameplay of this and I'll give some hints and tips on things I found that work well.
So we were running this terror rift in Balfen and we were doing this in a full party as well. So with the terror rifts you have to earn these Stygian fragments to then be able to destroy the Stygian towers. Now I find this much easier in a full party, especially since they fixed it. When they first launched terror rifts, it wasn't giving you the Stygian fragments that your teammates were earning. It was only giving you the solo earned ones, so there wasn't really any point running it in a party. Whereas now they've actually fixed that. So all four of us were earning these fragments together and it just makes it much quicker. You can see we're already on 82 fragments and we've literally been in the rift for just a few seconds. So this is one of my top recommendations for terror rifts, is definitely run this in a full party. Another thing I would highly recommend with the terror rifts is going in with your fastest farming build. So whatever farming build you use in open world, run with that as it will make it a lot quicker to defeat the mobs. So to earn the Stygian fragments, what you need to do is defeat mobs of monsters. Normal monsters give 2 fragments, blue monsters give 6. I believe the yellow monsters give 12, and I think orange ancient elites give about 16. I might be wrong there, but that is roughly what each one gives. So you want to go in with a build that is going to make it much faster to move around and much quicker to actually defeat these monsters as well. You can see we're on a huge, well, not a huge kill streak, but a decent kill streak here, just from staying in the same part of the map as well. So what we're all doing at this point is we're trying to stay close to each other so that we're earning these fragments quickly, but also trying to stay within the zone that has the Stygian tower ready for us to destroy that as soon as we have the fragments collected. So although we're running the rift in a party, when it comes to actually destroying the Stygian tower, you do have to do that solo. So you need 200 fragments yourself. Each of your team members requires 200 fragments. And when you actually come to destroying that tower, you will do it solo. So we're going to do this now and see what this looks like. So taking a look at the minimap, you can see where these red monsters are, and those are the monsters that are coming in these waves. So on the left hand tab it says kill all monsters, and we're on wave 2 of 2 now. You can also see on the map where my teammates are. So the reason why there are Stygian fragments still dropping is because those are monsters they're defeating, and we can't actually see the teammates or interact with them while we're in this instance, because this, as I said, is a solo instance. And you will get a boss that then spawns after you have defeated the 2 waves of monsters. So I got Shade of Destruction, and there are, I think, 3 different boss monsters in total. But that is 1 tower defeated. So there are 4 that will spawn in each terror rift, and ideally we want to try and destroy all 4. So let's go collecting more fragments and see if we can find another tower.
A pitiful display. Step aside for your
So you can see the notifications now popped to say the next Stygian spire is about to appear. Now I found that with this in general, the zone where it appears on the minimap is in a anti-clockwise order. So you can see there now where it has appeared. So generally I move around the map in a anti-clockwise direction, as this makes it much easier to know that you're in the correct area for the next spire, next tower when it appears. So we're going to head into this orange zone now, and there are 2 ways that you can farm for this. You can either farm in the zones that are not orange. That's sometimes quite easy because there are less people there. So if you go to a map and you notice there are quite a lot of players waiting for the terror rift to open, I recommend actually farming in the areas that are not orange to begin with, and then moving to the orange areas once you've collected your fragments, and then just keep moving around like that. However, because we were in a big party and there were lots of us, it was much easier for us to just stick together and kind of just like dominate in this map. We were really lucky there, as you can see. We actually got 2 ancient elites spawn right next to each other, and we were the only players around. So we managed to actually get both of those, which dropped a lot of fragments for us. So I'm already at another 200, so I already have enough fragments to destroy another tower. So we're going to look around for where this is on the minimap and then go ahead and destroy that.
That is recharging. Still waiting.
So we found the next spire, and you can see that my teammates have been really busy here as well with clearing mobs. So there are loads more fragments there, and I'm already pretty much halfway to enough for my next spire. So let's defeat this one and see what boss we get. Another boss defeated and another spire destroyed, and we've unlocked a trophy and also gained a paragon level. Now, before anyone comments on my paragon level, I have not yet claimed any battle pass points for this battle pass season, so that will level me up quite a lot when I get to next week and claim all those points before the new battle pass season starts. But yeah, that is the reason why my paragon level is kind of lacking, and also where I'd been unwell, I wasn't actually playing quite as much as I normally do, just because I'd been too under the weather and needed some sleep and stuff. But yeah, we are now kind of quite far ahead of the time in the Terror Rift, so this is going to make it a lot easier for us to complete the next spire, because we already have all the fragments collected. So we now just need to wait for the next spire to pop, and we're kind of already going around the map in that anti-clockwise movement again to hopefully land us in the right zone for the spire. So you can see the zone did move around in that anti-clockwise movement. However, it is kind of like one more zone away. So we're going to head there now in that direction. I'm not focusing too much on collecting fragments along the way unless we get any elite spawn, simply because we only need 120 fragments for the last tower, and we're only going towards tower 3 at this point. So we're already really far ahead of the game. And that's the thing that makes it much easier when you do farm this in a party, is you just gain the fragments so quickly, and if you are ahead of it, then at the end of the Terror Rift you will get some bonus rewards in your mailbox for any extra fragments collected.
Not ready yet.
So we're now in the correct area of the map for the third spire, so we're going to find where this is. It's now come up with the notification demons have found you. So when it comes up with that, that is because there are elites nearby, and they will actually all run towards you. The mob and the elite that is there will run towards you. You can see now on the left hand tab that I've actually collected more than enough fragments needed for the last spire. So we're going to go ahead and do this third one. And then obviously the zone will eventually change, but we are ahead of needing what we need for the last spire. So we actually have enough for one more spire. And as I mentioned, there are 4 spires that you can gain in each Terror Rift. And the rewards are obviously all RNG, so you do not know if you're going to get a Terror Essence, if you're going to get the Eternal Gear. So far, I've not seen anyone get any decent Eternal Gear, to be honest. A lot of the levels are quite low. I think once we're at Paragon 1300, that is when hopefully better Eternal Gear will drop from the Terror Rift, but for now we're just kind of getting trash from it. So I'm not really holding on to any of the Eternal Gear that I've had dropped from these Terror Rifts. But yeah, we'll carry on looking for more mobs just to collect the Stygian fragments for those extra bonus at the end. And towards the end of the video, I will also show you what kind of loot you get in your inbox after you've collected those additional fragments. So this just completely contradicts everything I said about the zones moving around in an anti-clockwise movement. That is how it has been in every terror rift that I've run so far. So this one just kind of threw me off by putting it back in the zone that we'd already run through. So I'm not sure if it is just completely random or if it was just like unlucky this time. But yeah, I found that it normally moves around in an anti-clockwise movement, but obviously that is wrong because that's not what happened this time. So we're now backtracking and going back to the zone that we've just run through to find where this last spire is and destroy it.
Not ready yet.
So you've probably already noticed, but we're also grabbing the fleeting shrines as soon as we see those because it makes it much easier to move around the map and also get to those spires a lot quicker as well. So that is something else to focus on when you're doing these terror rifts, especially when you're in a party, but obviously bear in mind that if you aren't close enough to your party members, they won't all get the benefit of that shrine when you activate it. So you all need to be fairly close to each other to activate it and all get the benefit from that. So this is the last spire. We're already on the last wave of monsters. I mentioned at the start that I think there were 3 bosses, but I'm pretty sure I got that wrong. I think there are 4 different bosses for this. So you have the Sanguine Queen, you have the Sand Shaper, you have the Summoner, and also Shade of Destruction as well. And obviously they're similar attacks with regards to their attacks taking up quite a lot of space on the ground, so they can be hard to avoid. However, even though this is on Inferno 6, you can see it's pretty easy to defeat. So that is basically the terror rift done. There is still 1 minute and 35 seconds left. So I'm just going to carry on running around and destroying more mobs and collecting more fragments as well. You can see as well at the 1 minute 30 mark, it comes up to tell you that the terror rift is collapsing. So for people that haven't destroyed the last spire, that just gives them the notification so they know to basically run to where that spire is and destroy it as quickly as possible. But definitely running this in a party makes it really quick and easy to do because, as I said, we had loads of time left over. We've got loads of extra fragments. At the moment I'm on 300 extra fragments that I do not need, and I'll just get some extra loot in my inbox for that as well. So yeah, run this in a full party, grab those shrines, grab the fleeting shrines as soon as you see them, and obviously try and stick together as much as possible to make it easier to farm. Going with your fastest farming build, that will make it a lot quicker for you. And yeah, just have fun with it. You can run this with random players or run this with people that you know. We ran this with myself, Game Zone, Klepto from our clan, and someone from the syndicate whose name I can't really say, so I'm really sorry if I'm saying this wrong, but I think it was Zalavia. So yeah, we ran it with those players, and Klepto and Zalavia we've not played with before, but we all kind of discussed at the start how we were going to run this, and it worked really well running it together. So yeah, we have the terrorists pop at different times of the day and on different zones. I find Balfen is nice and quiet. It doesn't get too busy here. Generally, the library gets really busy with it. And that is it. That is the rift completed. So let's now take a look at the loot that you get in your inbox from the extra fragments collected. So we got the Terror Rift rewards, but we also got a forgotten item because we could farm gems within the Terror Rift as well. You might have noticed there were a few that dropped while we were running around. So we gained some nice scrap here. If you're not all level 30 gear, that will be really useful. We also gained 1 Eternal item, so Eternal Legendary item from the Rift. So we're going to see what this looks like. So we got Weathering Eye, and this magic is Ice Crystal now refracts 1 more ray, and that stacks up to 4 times. But obviously the actual combat rating and attributes on this are a little bit disappointing, and this is an item that I probably will not use. So that is it from me today. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.